Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Mystic, and today we are going to be doing something a little special. So since I just released a new cinematic video, and because a new Whitepine episode was just released, I thought it'd be fun to show you how I and most Minecraft filmmakers make films, make cinematic shots in the game. So let's get into it. First thing I'm going to do is build a set. I'm going to build one that looks kind of like Whitepine, a little mansion-y room. We're only going to do one room though. So let me do that real quick. Alright, so we made this little room. I added some scenery. And there's this hallway. It cuts off, but that's okay. We're going to make a little scene inside of this room. So I think what we're going to have is we're going to have a conversation between two people, right? Maybe. Hold on. Maybe. Yeah, okay. So they'll be sitting in chairs. So we'll have one sitting in this one, and one sitting in this one. And just a heads up, you will need a mod to sit in chairs. I'll link that in the description, along with every other mod I use in this video. All the mods will be down in the description, so you can download them, but I'll be showing you how to use them. The sit mod's pretty easy though. You just click on a chair, like you would a horse or a minecart, and you get in. But let's record the scene. So the next mod you need to know is called motion capture. And how it works is it lets you record your player moving and then play it back so it looks like there's two players. Oops, gotta restart, okay. So make sure if you want to capture sitting, you type in this command, mocap settings, track other entities, true. If you don't do this, it won't capture the sitting. So anyway, we'll start, type in chat, /mocap recording start, and it's recording. So the players move in, he's coming in here, he sees the guy in the chair, the guy is beckoning him over, saying come over here. He said okay. He sits in the chair, and yeah, the guy's telling him to say something, and he says something. He'll talk, and it's nice when you move your head, it makes it look like they're talking. And he's talking and talking and talking. Then the guy talks back, right? So he sits still. And yeah, that will be our scene. So make sure you type in this command to stop the recording. And then this command, /mocap recording save, to save it. And then you have to type the name of the recording. We'll title this test. And that recording was saved. So what we'll do next is I'll sit in this chair. And I will play the recording. /mocap playing start test. And then when you do that, you can see this guy. And it's just a recording of myself, right? And that's how this works. So we're going to stop that. And we're going to do this. So another mod you need to have installed is Flashback. This lets you actually record things. And why did my paintings break? So Flashback will let you record things in a different way. It's like Replay Mod, right? It's Replay Mod. It will record a replay of your game, and you can export a cinematic shot later on. So once you have that mod installed, you will see this button, start recording. So we will type in the mocap playing start test. We'll start the motion capture, and we'll click start recording. Yeah, come in. Tell him to come in. And I'm telling him something, right? In my head. Now he's talking. I'm nodding. And then I talk for a little bit. And that is our scene. We'll click finish recording. We'll entitle this one test. And that will save the replay. And we just created that scene. And that is all we really have to do in game for now. So next you need to do is leave the game. And click on this flashback icon here. This little camera icon in the home screen. Click on that. And click on the motion capture you just did here. And it will take you to the screen, and the screen doesn't even look like Minecraft, does it? It looks like an actual program, but now you're still in Minecraft, and this mod lets you professionally record movement, like Replay Mod. It's a better version of Replay Mod, essentially. Before we even set up our camera to anything, we're going to want to change a few things. First, I'm going to turn off name tags. You don't need to see name tags. Then I am going to change this guy's skin, because this makes sense if they both have my skin. So click on him, upload skin from file. Okay, we'll give him this skin, and we'll keep my skin the same. We'll keep me. For some reason, these little item frames are popping out, so what I'll do is I will click on these and hide during export. We don't need to see the little items during export. You can do this with any entity too. Like I click on this guy if I wanted to and hide him during export, but we don't want to do that. Now next we're going to do is make it look cinematic. So another mod you need to have installed is Iris Shaders. And when you have that, you can go to Options, Video Settings, and Shader Packs. And you can click on any shader pack you want. BSL is a good choice. It's probably the most popular shader pack. So click Apply. And it should load. Now there is one setting I suggest you change. Go to Camera and turn on Depth of Field. Depth of Field will give it a focus, so the camera will focus on players. And it makes it look more cinematic. I'm going to turn it down a little bit though. Now you can see it's focusing on players. I'm also going to turn my FOV to 70. We'll say it's 70. 70 is typically pretty good. That's what I typically stay at. And yeah. Okay, and now we have all this set up, we're going to finally set up our cameras. So click Add Element and click Add Camera. It'll add this little tab here, and you just need to click the plus button. This will add your first camera. Now if it's in a position you don't like I don't want it here, you can just come over here and click the backspace button on your keyboard to delete it. And yeah, you can set up multiple of these. So let's just set up our first camera. I like it here. So I'm going to click Add Camera. And yeah, now we got a camera here. But I want to switch it. Could you see he comes up here? And as soon as he stops here and looks at him, I want the camera to pan. Or I want the camera to cut to a wider shot so we can see what he's looking at. So I'm going to cut to here. So you're beckon him over, right? And he sits down. And I am going to switch to a shot here. Now I think it would be cool if the camera moved in the shot. And if you want to do that, you have to set up 2 keyframes. Set up one here, where it starts and set up where you want it to end. So it starts here. I want it to end up here, right? Now you can switch. Now if you right click on this, you'll get all these options, but look at the type option and click on that drop down menu and you will get all these different options. So hold is where the camera won't move and it'll just cut to the different parts. Smooth is probably the best option for cinematic shots that you want to move. It makes it look amazing. Linear will just go on a straight path. It won't smooth out the round edges and stuff. It will just go directly from one keyframe to the next, so it looks more rigid and looks, yeah, it doesn't look as nice and smooth. It's a little, but there are situations where it's nice to have a linear one. It makes it like the same speed the entire time instead of a slow ease and stuff. And there's options to have it linear in and smooth out and vice versa, and linear except for the ins and outs, but don't focus on that. We're going to focus on keeping it smooth. And when you make it smooth, it will be a circle, right? So now, let's see what happens. He sits down, right? And you can see it pans in and zooms in a little bit. I don't really like how it looks though. Look at that, it looks a little fast. So maybe a linear option is the best one. Sometimes linear. Let's look at linear. How does linear look? No, I don't like linear. Go back to smooth maybe. Okay, that looks good, I think. Now make sure that if there's any entities you want not to show in the final export of the video, you can come over them and click hide during export. Looks like I already did for these. And yeah, that is how you make a cinematic scene. Now to export it, you're going to want to go to File, Export Video. Start export. It will ask you to name your file. I'll name it test. And it will give you this exporting screen. It will tell you how many frames have left, and it will give you an estimated time remaining. Post-production. So this is in editing. There's some things you can change during editing. I'll show you what we're going to change. So one of the biggest things you can change during editing is the color, how the colors work together. I'm using Clipchamp. I know. Don't roast me. I know. I just use the default editor. But even an editor as simple as Clipchamp has adjust colors options. So I'm going to change a few things. Now this is going for the Whitepine feel, right? The kind of 1900s rich mansion made kind of vibe. So it's a little too bright. I want to turn down. Anyway, you tweak it to your liking, right? I tweaked it like this. You can make whatever you want. There's a lot of different things you can change with this. I made it look like this. Another thing that's pretty interesting is you can change the aspect ratio. You can make it look classical. Whitepine is filmed in this aspect ratio. Well, not filmed, edited. They edited it into this aspect ratio. But it's interesting. Yeah. See, this looks more cinematic, doesn't it? Even the aspect ratio changes how the film looks. And, yeah. And of course, post-production, you'll add dialogue on top of the characters and stuff. I'm not going to do that. I am talking more about, like, the filmmaking part of it, the part of making the scene. And this post-production is an essential part of that. So, I think this is officially the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to watch my last video. I made another cinematic video. Make sure to watch Ivory TV's Whitepine. A lot of my videos and a lot of other videos like this are inspired off of Whitepine, and she just released a new episode today. So go check that out, and I will catch you on the flippity flip.